Hello, welcome to Centennial Hall, room 2302. This is a rundown of how the audio-video technology works in the room. Up here at the teacher station we have our touch panel. It's going to control just about everything we need, and this is the start page. There's a little button there that says press here to begin. When I press that, it asks me if I want to use the projector. For the purposes of this video, we'll say yes. That powers up the projector in the middle of the room and it brings the screen down for us. The process of powering on does take just over a minute, and you're going to get a wait screen on your touch panel while that occurs. You'll know it's ready to go when that screen changes. While that's happening, let's go ahead and talk about the lighting presets. On the right-hand side of our touch panel are our 5 different presets for the lights. We have lights all on, 2 lecture modes, one that uses the whiteboard lights and one that doesn't, a theater mode that brings all the lights down, and a lights all off button. Those 5 presets can also be accessed from this control panel on the wall. There's 5 buttons there that correspond with the 5 presets. And at both doors there's a master on-off switch as well. There's also a wireless microphone here in the room that's going to reinforce our voice if we want it. On the top there's an on-off switch. I'll go ahead and switch that on. That activates the microphone for us. And if it's too loud or too soft, I can come to my touch panel here, and now you'll see it's powered up. And in the bottom right we have the audio control button. When I press that button I get a few options, and on the left hand side is our wireless microphone option. I can turn it up, turn it down, or mute it, and when I have it set to the way I want it, I go ahead and hit the back button to get back to my main screen. A quick reminder to go ahead and power the wireless microphone off when you're all done using it. Even if you're not using the wireless microphone, if it's left on, the battery will completely drain, so we'll make sure to turn that off. Okay, so now we're powered up and we're ready to go. And we have our different sources up here on the top row of our touch panel. Right now you'll see that PC is selected. And so that's going to show the PC in the front of the classroom for us. And so it shows up on the screen. And in order to log on to the PC, this one's already logged into, the username is going to be the first part of your UWL email address, and the password is going to be your UWL net ID, so you will have to log on individually to the computer when you come in. The next options we have on our touch panel here are our 2 laptop options. We have the regular laptop there, which uses a VGA connection, and we have a digital connection here too, or an HDMI connection. My laptop, all the cables that you need are located in the cable cubby here. There's even a power supply down in there so that you don't have to rely on your battery when you connect it. My laptop I'm going to go ahead and connect via VGA cable, so I'll pull this right out of the cable cubby there, and I'm going to plug that in to my VGA port. Then I'm going to take the audio cable and I'll plug that into the headphone jack on my laptop, and then I should be all set and ready to go. So I'll come over to the touch panel and I'll hit the button labeled laptop to select laptop, and that should show up on the screen for us. Now if it doesn't show up on the screen, it's probably because your laptop isn't in the correct mode. You can access the mode in the control panel, or there's a shortcut on a Windows keyboard if you hold down the function key and tap the F8 key. Mine brings up a nice little menu there. Some might scroll through those automatically. Choose the duplicate mode and then you'll be ready to go. The next thing on our touch panel here on our source select is the Blu-ray. When I hit the Blu-ray button, it's going to bring up the different options to control the Blu-ray. On the left is going to be our play and our stop, and on the right is our navigation controls and our menu buttons. There's a button there that says full screen video. When I press that, it allows me to be able to preview what I'm doing on the Blu-ray. I can hit back to get back to our main screen there. And the Blu-ray is located on the right-hand side of the desk here, right underneath the document camera. You can use the front panel controls to control it obviously as well. And I will note that you don't have to have a Blu-ray disc in order to play it in the Blu-ray. You can use your regular DVD or your CDs and put them in there as well. It's also a good time to mention our volume control. Our volume is located right here. There's a little knob or a wheel here to turn it up and turn it down. And it will control only what is selected on the source select there. So in order to control the PC's audio, you would have to switch to the PC and then use the wheel to control that audio. A document camera is the next thing on our list there. The document camera is located on the right side of the teacher station here. The power button is in the back part of the document camera. I'll power it on there. When that light is a solid green, we'll know the document camera is ready to go. I can use the advanced features right here on top of the camera. Zoom in and zoom out using the zoom wheel, manual and autofocus, and some other options up there. After it's powered up, I can come over here. I'll hit the button labeled Dock Cam. And it takes just a few seconds, like it does for all of our sources, for the document camera to sync up with the projector. And once it does, anything that I do is going to show up on the camera for us. The final thing on the source select that I'll mention is the auxiliary button. When I hit the auxiliary button, it brings up a little sub-menu allowing me to choose either S-video or composite video. And all those connections are back in our cable cubby in there again. They do share the audio. But the composite video and the S video are located right in there. And if you had a video camera or your iPod or something like that that you wanted to hook up and display or hear over the speakers, you could connect right in there and choose the correct mode and you'd be ready to go. On the left-hand side of our touch panel then, we have some other controls. We have the projector power, and that'll power down the projector but leave the system on. We have video mute, which you can definitely use in conjunction with our screen up and screen down. If you mute the video, it will just send a black screen or won't send any video at all. And then you can put the screen up, then you'd be able to use the whiteboard without having to power the system all the way down and wait for a minute to power down and wait for a minute to power back up. You could just do it instantly there. There's a mute microphones button here. And then finally at the bottom we have our help button. And if I press that help button, it's going to give the names and phone numbers of a couple of members of the Academic Technology Services staff. And those were the phone numbers that you would call if you had any problems during class, if you ever had any questions or needed something set up. Go ahead and give those numbers a call and somebody will be there to help you. I'll click OK then to get back. And in the bottom right-hand corner is our system off button. When I press that, it'll ask if I'm sure I want to power down. And when I click the power down, it's going to raise the screen and it's going to turn off the projector. And that's important so we save the life of the projector. And then finally, I'll just mention one more time that if you have any questions or concerns, please call the Academic Technology Services staff and we'd be happy to help. Thank you.